Hello my people, what's good? Today I have a message for you about self-development as always. This time we're talking about the legend of the Holy Grail, and there is a very good book about it by the wife of Carl Jung. Her name is Emilia Jung, I think, or Emily Jung, and she's made a good book about the legend of the Holy Grail, about the psychological meaning of it. And we're talking about individuation, and we're talking about the legend of the Holy Grail. And basically, well, what I can tell you about this, even though I have not read the book yet, I will get it soon. See, what does individuation mean? What does it mean, chivalry? What is chivalry? What do knights do? All right, let me begin. See, when you go through the dark night of the soul, you go in through the fire, you will slay dragons. And it also means to integrate your shadow, which means the dark night. It's not only a dark night, it's also the dark night that you integrate in yourself. You do a lot of self-work. The knights, actually, they looked for solitude, celibacy, and were virtuous people. So they had a moral code, an ethical code. And what I can tell you about virtues is what Nietzsche said about virtues, and he knew one or the other thing. Virtues are like women, and when you have more than one virtue, they will be jealous of each other. So Nietzsche would emphasize to choose one virtue that is your true favorite virtue, like honor or justice or whatever your virtue is, and equality, I don't know. And of course you can follow the other ethical codes too, but I think it means also that sometimes you can probably only really follow one virtue fully and completely and be like, let this virtue determine your actions. So you have to choose, but of course doesn't mean you have to let go of all other virtues. Just as a side note, and the dragons that you slay when you follow the path of righteousness, because this is chivalry, this is virtuous living, this is following a certain code of conduct, of behavior, you know what I'm saying? Regulate yourself, emotions, you master yourself. My dear, look at that. And it means you slay the dragons within yourself. So the true enemy is yourself, but your reward is also within yourself. So the Holy Grail, the lens of Longinus, whatever you think of that you put as your spiritual reward, individuation, this is all within yourself. You understand it? It's not a show. Being virtuous, following moral code, it's not a show. It's not to show other people how good you are, how righteous you are. That's the path that you carve, all right? And for the knight of this chivalry idea, when they see a path that is already taken by someone, you know, when they see a way, this is wrong. Which means their idea is, of purpose, is you carve your own path. If there has been someone before you, this is not your way. I like this idea very much. I also like the idea of focusing on yourself. Minding your own business, that's what these guys did. Yeah, I just wanted to give you these ideas. It's a very old mystical legend with a lot of influences. It's fascinating, the legend of the Holy Grail, and a lot of cultures and people have influenced it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just want to give this as an input for you. If you want to work on yourself, if you look for individuation, if you want to slay dragons, want to go through the dark night of the soul, needing mythological, spiritual guidance, this is why these stories are there. They are there to give you an idea of, basically, Carl Gustav Jung would have said, these symbols, the dragons, the knights, the virtues, the Holy Grail, these are parts of the collective subconsciousness of humanity. So everybody faces these things. But, you know, a lot of people project these on others, right? But a true way, if you want to progress, if you want spiritual progress, if you want to proceed on your path, you don't project on others. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this, you're minding your business, you're doing your stuff, man. Right? So I hope you could take something from this story. I'm a little tired, day was crazy. And I got a little bonus information for you, which is completely off this topic. Just check out Holy Grail. I told you. It's up to you now, but the further information is, there's a lot of people, they are the projectors, alright, so it fits a little bit, the projectors, you know, they project, like projecting on you. You know, when you did your homework, when you do shadow work, when you mind your own business, you went through the fire, you slayed a dragon, like Archangel Michael would, you know. You are like a clean canvas, you know. You are a clean canvas. And everybody is triggered by that light. Not everybody, but the projecting people. You will meet two kinds of people. Let me get this quick now. I don't want to talk. No. So you will meet two kinds of people. One are inspired by you, and they will use this inspiration. They are attracted to you. And they will use this inspiration to follow the inspiration. So they will do what you do. They will not copy you, but it's okay to mimic, you know. I'm not going into this, but there's people who will be inspired by you, the good people. But there will also be people who will be envious of you and try to replace you or destroy you and take that what you are, you know. And these people, the projectors, when you're far away from them, they look very big and dangerous. But the closer you come to them, the smaller they get. And when you're really close to them and see who they really are, you see 5-6-year-old child, motherless child, being frustrated, insecure, unable to individuate and projecting this big picture in the whole world and want to make everybody believe how grandiose, how dangerous, how big, how whatnot they are. Have you ever met people like that? You know, trying to project fear, whatnot, you know. But when you come closer and closer and closer and closer, and really don't mind this, they get smaller and smaller. This, by the way, is also in a fairy tale. So this is probably a concept also from the collective subconscious, because these pictures also come in fairy tales. So check out fairy tales, check out mythology. Can help you a ton to understand dreams, understand what's going on inside. Stay safe and don't let no man deceive you. Don't let no woman deceive you. That's my message for today. Blessings.